Hello there, it's not here. So, Valentino has a bit of a change of skin. This is Valentino now. And so I regress Valentino to get E3 Michel. So I had the copies and the folder. And the reason why is I was getting beaten repeatedly by teams with Michel. And what would happen is that there are two memes, plus Michel, plus Bahrain. So good and evil team with two memes and Michel. And basically, they beat me quite consistently when I just my team like this. And so I decided to beat them to add Michel. And actually, I cannot really reproduce the results. I just wanted to show you how it is. I don't know why. Maybe they changed their gear in Arena. But what would happen before is that my team would be dead now, and this would die and revive and win, because everybody would be dead unless this guy was one turn when it revives. And it was because the two memes had a very big damage input, big damage, and so they were killing everybody from both teams. So there was self-destructions, and the only survivors were Michel's, and was Michel's of the enemy, so they would win, right? And so that, and they beat, and I tried attack, and I couldn't win. And so I just changed. I guess it's the pressure that was talked about to stay at the top, but yeah, they were beating us, and so I wasn't happy with that. So I just saying, okay, it's great to have Rainbow. I think what's great about Rainbow is that if there's a new OP hero, well, you know, you're gonna get it. You're gonna be able to integrate it in your team, because whatever faction it is, it could be a new Valkyrie, right? And whatever faction the new hero is, you can integrate it in a Rainbow. That's why I think to keep a Rainbow lineup is great. But Michel, I mean, from my test, I cannot reproduce the after and before, because I really think they changed their lineup. I think that's what happened, just based on the fact that I used to not be able to beat them like this. Then I changed a bit how I set up my memes, so it's possible that I'm slightly more efficient now. And it's possible that they change their gear as well. Maybe so that we cannot test in Arena. But yeah, with Michel was more efficient. So that's exactly what happens. But now I don't know why I'm always surviving with these two guys. But Michel was the only survivors, and I saw that repeatedly. Okay, so at least a defeat. Right, with face bait, and I guess we don't have that with Michel. Yes, we have that with Michel as well, okay. Never mind. But Michel was more efficient, and the point is, this week we have a prizer. He's a guy who was in a server with less spenders, I'd say. And so when there was mergers, he joined our team. We were one of the top guild, and he was a bit behind. He didn't have like a meme team or a very top meta team, but he gradually increased, and now you see a nice lineup with Ada, with a good and evil team. And so we actually took it in the top FTA team of our guild, and we're trying to get this logo. And I think he has this silver medal, and these are hard to get actually, because it's quite competitive. It's hard to stay on the top. You have to be there at the last minute, sort of. Or you have to have a very good team, and it usually don't last as well. So you have to take your moment. Like we managed to get all of us the top teams. I mean, really competitive teams right now with Ada, and so I think we have to capitalize on that and try to get this logo as soon as possible. And it looks good. I still have some charges, 10 charges, and so I will be able to spend them. And most importantly, I managed to beat them now. It was not the case before. And we were getting beaten, so that's why I changed a bit my lineup. And the lineup is quite competitive. I mean, this guy didn't have 2 memes at the beginning of the FTA, and then he got it. So they actually try to replicate the best team and to be on the top. So I don't know why we got first there. I think the first one got attacked repeatedly, I guess with success. But hopefully we'll get it for brother. It will be great. And yeah, I think the team with Michel is maybe better than Faceblade. So I didn't try with 2-bell. I think 2-bell range is not the best. I think Do is what Do has, but let me check. But I think I can beat Do. I mean, I attacked the other one repeatedly, but that's a really good team, especially defensively. Just because Michel can raise when there is a big burst with 2 memes, Michel can get up in defense, and when I'm defending, I'm actually putting a bit of different lineup. So here I'm going to lose, of course. So I wish I took footage of yesterday, but I couldn't win against some of the team with Faceblade yesterday, and especially the team with the Michels. And I was getting beat, and I think now I'm much more consistent. I mean, Michel with stun enemies will heal, and she can res if there's a big burst of memes, and that's the point. Also, I put meme a bit more defensively. I put an HP on one of my meme, just to be sure that there's one that is surviving to deal damage to the survivors, that they don't die both at the same time. So you see, I don't know why my team doesn't die anymore, right? But that's what will happen. Basically, my team would be white-eyed because many people, I mean, everybody dies and they take the damage of the meme, which is super bursty. And there would be the enemy Michel would raise, and Michel would be alone, and so she would win. I mean, in that case, to win FTA probably there is a window to win it, where it's easy and it can be hard to get it. It can take months to get first place, because many things can happen. And when I was really involved, I would really try different strategy. Like at the last time, because you can change the order of your team, right? Let me put back my team. Well, I was like this. can change the order of the team, and you can change it live. And so when the enemy needs to attack you with a specific order to beat you, you can like quickly change. I would do stuff like that, like really at the end of the fight, just minutes before it ends, so that, or even for a long period, I would just shift things so that when they attack you, it's harder for them to change the lineup to exactly the ranking that they need to beat you. So I would be really involved to win this thing. But in the end, what I find out is FTA is quite stable. It's quite a stable game mode, because if you don't have that much time to make your final fights, and if you're really on top, you can keep accumulating win or having a nice reserve like this. And here I will wait until the end, and if I'm getting beat, I can either attack some teams I'm pretty sure to beat, just to gain a bit of point if someone is a bit above me, or if there is really someone above me and I feel there's a chance to beat it, I will just attack them, and so I gain point and they lose point. And so depending on what I need, I will be fine. But so it's not a gimmicky mode. It's actually one of the less gimmicky mode, because, for example, Trial of Champion, you can repeatedly attack, and if you really have to be awake when it happens, right? To win Trial of Champion, you need to be awake at the time when it ends, and when you're in Europe like me, it's not so good. But FTA, actually, you have a limit of fights, so sometimes if you have a really good lineup and people are afraid to attack you because they feel they have limited resources as well, and they want to have a good place, so they will not maybe attack you at the end if they have not a good chance to do it. So if you're well set up, you can win FTA and just do your attack, and you don't necessarily need to be really at the end of that. So I think it's one of the fairest mode. But yeah, so hopefully we will get this for a prizer. That's the hope. And also, I mean, being on top of the FTA is as well something that we try to do. I mean, also there is orbs event coming up, so always good to get some orbs. But yeah, because the YOLO guild, you see there are a lot of top players, so they are dominating on guild wars. So though not so much, right? We're becoming much more close to victory. We beat their 13th player, and so we are 2 players away from beating actually the guild. But they are the enemy. As you can see, there's YOLOs. They are quite dominating the leaderboard. But yeah, so if I have to touch point a bit as well, giving my quick thought on the spending addiction talks that I've heard around Idle Heroes. I think the point is, if you spend a lot on Idle Heroes, if you spend too much, at some point you're not making any choices, and it's part of the game. Part of the game is that you do a continuous effort. You do your daily quests, you do many things because they matter. And if you spend a lot, they don't matter, right? It doesn't matter if you do your daily quests if you spend a lot, because spending will get you more things than doing your dailies. So I'm not doing actually the daily quest, but I'm doing the daily tavern. I'm doing things, and also you're choosing what to spend on. and you're choosing where you go. And if you're really big whale, either you're in good gill and you have fun, and I guess you still enjoy the game, discovering things about the game. But if you're just spending so much, uh, you're not even choosing many things anymore. You're just spending as much as you can. You get the new heroes as soon as they come out, and so the game becomes just there's less content, because one of the content of the game is being smart about being taking decisions about how you spend things. Should you skip an event? Should you not skip it? What team is worth building? Should you go for it? Are you able to own the fact of changing a lineup? There are plenty of decisions, and the analysis that the people who spend a lot quit because they need to spend a lot to be on top, I think is a bit partial, in the sense that I think it's more that the game has no point if it's just, it becomes just a casino. If you always max out the events and even spend more on like weekly packages and stuff like that. And casino is not fun by itself. You have to have some decisions to make, some things to make. So that's just one of the points. And as well, another point is, for example, building Michelle was optimal because I was not able to beat the teams without Michelle. But the point is, you don't have to re-spend a lot to get Michelle, because, for example, you can regress heroes. First, it was just from the same faction, but now actually you can even regress heroes from Fortress to build a light, to build a folder for the light, for example. And so I wouldn't say like to keep up, it's always the price increase. I think one of the thing with Idle Heroes is that they're sort of controlling the pace of the game, even for very high spenders. If you're a very high spender, you cannot spend today everything to get what I have right now. You need time, it's control. Even the highest spenders are controlled by the pace of the event, of the release, of everything. And so in that sense, if you have a plan, you can sort of take decisions that will make you go into the best direction based on the knowledge about, how much you can get stuff, if your willingness to spend on this game on many things. You can take decisions to go, I want a rainbow, I want this, I want to go to good and evil, I want to save, I want to skip 2 events even if it's good, because I would not use this hero, but I want to have the next light hero release. And as well, there are predictable spike of power, so you can predict that you need scrolls for Idle Heroes anniversary and New Year's period. And of course you have surprises like Valkyrie, where you need to spend. But there is decision, and it's not a race without limit. The game by itself is limited. Of course, you can have many cool teams. I could have 3 Scarais for my broken space, all that stuff. But to enjoy being at the top, I would say, of course, there is to have all the photos that you need just to have a full E3 team. It takes time, or it takes resources. right? But I would say, uh, if you're really high spenders, you can really manage it. So I think if really high spenders quit the game, it's just because they lost interest in it. It's not because you always need to spend more. That was just my point in the analysis. I think that's because I think that's one point of the game. I mean, you have games online where you just buy stuff and it makes you more powerful, let's say, right? It's not like that. You have events and you can get premium stuff by spending, of course. But there's a pace and there's even a shop, right? So you can sort of get stuff. Uh, it's less RNG dependent. If you've not bought many heroes, you can get copies from there. You can get artifact from there. You can get skins. And so that was a bit my point about the analysis that was made on this. I think one key thing about adult heroes is that they control the pace of the things, and you can take decisions that are good. You can sort of save resources to take good decisions. And of course, if you spend more, you can take more impactful decisions that will make you higher, really in the top players. But even without all my heroes, I could regress more heroes. I mean, I could have the same team having regressed more heroes. I could have regressed all my rainbow, for example, to get fodder, to get the light and dark. And I would only need 3 light and 3 dark, right, to get a team. So, yeah. That was one point I wanted to make. And yeah, one point of the game is to be in a team, to have a challenge, a group challenges. If you're behind, if you have a guild to beat, if you have people that go through you, that ramp up and you want to help them getting their goals, getting their first place in FTA, getting things, that's what makes you enjoy the game as well, for sure. And trying new compositions as well. But if you want to spend so much, I think our heroes will be limited by the fact that his space is limited. And at some point, once you spend the amount that our heroes have put forward in events, it becomes very inefficient money to spend. So you can do it to get more fodder, to get more copies. But once you have spent the event, it becomes very inefficient. And so if you're big spenders, if you want more than that, you will get bored. And if you spend on everything, you have no choice to make. So that makes the game boring. That's why you leave, basically. But it's quite a control game, and yeah. And that's entertainment that you can say you spend money on things, right? But on things that are like you could spend it elsewhere. But look at how you can spend it elsewhere, like in a bad way. Like you could use this money to better causes, better things, let's say. But you could do worse as well. It's an entertainment that is quite, I would say, inoffensive. And that is one feature of the entertainment, is that it brings you daily. It brings daily entertainment just if you accomplish all these. If you like maintain your account, it gives you entertainment quite frequently. And of course, if you spend money, it has another dimension. But it's not something that is quite that takes your time, so you have time to do useful stuff. If you get excitement from, if you get a bit of satisfaction from that, you have time to do other stuff. And so it's even if it becomes a bit addictive, I would say, it's an addiction that will not eat your life, except for if you're financially, if it hurts you financially, of course. If you're spending well above your mean, of course. But if you're spending within your means, because of the way the game is structured, with regular spending like this, and with big spike at mainly 2 events or 3 events, so Valkyrie plus the release of Light and Darks for last year. So apart from this financial aspect, right? It's not nocive entertainment. And it doesn't hit your time as well. So you can learn about stuff, you can travel, you can read books, you can do whatever you want. So it's limited, and I don't know, it builds up. You don't lose things. It's not an instantaneous addiction. It's something that you build, right? You have your team, you progress, you're in a guild, you accomplish things together. So I think it's Casino is really in a state, something like, right now I want to spend and maybe win. It's not exactly like that. It's not like putting your money in stock in the market just to gamble or to stuff like that. It's more, it can be a high price leisure, but it's the things that will entertain you throughout your weeks, I guess, and quite without too much consequences, unless you're financially way above what you should be spending. And yeah, that would be the problem. But I think there are many people that play within their means. And I mean, when you watch the most watched video, it's the biggest streamers is a streamer for people that spend not so much, right? Or you have a lot of content for free to plays as well. And I mean, most players that are still there, they don't have like top teams, and they're building their things, having fun with the universe. So I don't know. I thought it's easy to. It can be easy to only see the bad thing, but I think the good thing is really the paced aspect of the game, where whales will not be able to actually crush you. They will crush you, but they will be restrained to a certain spending patterns. And otherwise, I mean, unless they really want to spend big, but then they become inefficient, and so whatever. So to stay at very, very top when things come out, of course, it's expensive. It's beyond belief when you start playing a game because what you get for your money is like, but it's not about that. So that was a point. So I don't know if I beat these guys. It's really hard to try new stuff. So I'm pretty happy. Probably gonna start attacking stuff just because I want. I mean, I can have a few mistakes from my standpoint because we're on top in the 6 minutes left. But you'll see it will move fast because it's not. I think it's a good timeline for people in Asia. It's like the morning or whatever, they have time. So they can be on the clock and just wait for the last moment and start to attack. Anyway, I'll try to grab a few points. I will try this team. First of all, let me just check. Whoop. I should not attack the second one from my position because he could go above me. Yeah, the good and evil is really popular in my server. Everybody has good and evil because they want to integrate ADA. And yeah, and I think it's just a time where everybody has access to it. I mean, sort of the ice spenders have access to it. So we just rushed out, and I think Michel is better. That's why I have Michel now. Oh, see, that's why you don't do it. So YOLO 11, I think I played them twice. Yeah, I'll try to find them again, to be honest. Then the issue is always, if you're not sure that you're beating them, there's always a chance that you lose a lot of points by losing. Because I only win 2. I don't win everything. 4 minutes. And if you lose, if I lose against those guys, I can really descend. We go down. Oh, fuck. Sorry. It's a bit random. That's why you don't do. That's why I'm saying it's pretty stable, this game mode, because I mean, all these teams are annoying. I mean, I'm favored, but great, people are attacking me. Yeah, people are attacking me and I'm winning. So now I'm pretty well set up. I mean, if I'm this high, I just jump here. I jumped. 70 point is really good. I'm just gonna wait, but you see the people attack really 3 minutes beforehand. That's why when you say that it's the middle of the night for me, but I'm saying this mode is one of the fairest mode. But now I'm feeling pretty good, like 100 points above. People are gonna be pretty not gonna want to attack me, basically, because they're struggling for second place or whatever, or and unless there's a guy who really managed to beat me. But as I told you, this team, YOLO, this team here, they used to beat us consistently, and when I didn't have Michel. That's why I built it, and I'm pretty happy so far. And I almost don't want to like mess with it. Of course, I'm gonna check till the end. I will attack really low team, trying to get a few points maybe. But that's great. I mean, when I had the top team and I was with really good teams, it was really hard to get first. I mean, you can imagine this team. If you're this guy, you think, okay, I'm gonna be first, right? I have two memes, Michel. Like, they have like best sort of teams you can have. Why would they not be first? But apparently, whoa, wrong tab. Maybe they're not even there, these guys. Or maybe they're gonna do their 12 attack now. Always possible. I mean, there's movement, right? Frank, like, they went super up right now. But I feel we are in a very good position. And they're not so... They don't appear so threatening, these guys. They must have found one thing that they can beat. And they repeatedly beat it. Okay. I mean, I don't want surprises. I think 100 points is really good. I'm not gonna attack. I'm not gonna try too much stuff. This one is going up. Can we do one attack? But the thing is always, you know, you say, okay, I'm gonna attack a sure thing. I think we're good. Yeah. Super happy for Prizer. I mean, as I told you, he joined the team. He was like, wow, I was a big dog, top dog in my server, but now he found all these YOLO guys and us as well, that we were pretty advanced, and he made it with a great team, Light and Dark team, and that feels good. This is great, and as you can see, it's competitive. Like, people are attacking, and it's just, I think people were afraid as well to attack us because we changed team with my Michel and all that stuff. And so, pretty end of the night. Happy to have destroyed Valentino, even if, of course, as I tell you, like, if there's a new OP hero, which is a Shadow or whatever faction, and you have to integrate it in a team, it's good to have a rainbow already. That's why I think it could, ideally we want to have Light and Dark, I guess, plus a rainbow, but of course I needed to, I didn't want to replace Facebait. I want to build my Light and Dark. And so, happy news. And we will open, not this weekend, but we have Prophet Orbs to open. So we'll do that in another video. So feel free to subscribe to not miss it, I guess. I'm gonna do that again, right? Yeah, it doesn't work. Okay, and have a great Prophet Orbs event. Wish you the best luck on that regards. And cheers.